moving back into more of the recent killings, do you guys feel like the press is doing a great job at objectively reporting these incidents, especially like we talked about how Ahmaud Arbery, like it took 3 months for those footage to actually come out and then spark outrage, and now George Floyd, and then again Breonna Taylor, who has had basically almost none um, media coverage for her murder. Um, what do you think the press is doing a good job of reporting these incidents?
Well, the press has never done a good job of reporting these incidents, so I wouldn't expect them to start doing that now. But I think it's very one-sided. I think they do not, of course, they don't show the police brutality that's actually going on during these protests in general. I mean, I saw one clip off of Fox News that the protesters were surrounding the police car, and that's the only clip that they showed on Fox News, when the entire clip, after like 30 seconds had passed by, the police in the police car began to run over the citizens. So, of course, I don't think it's getting the coverage that it deserves. I mean, it's sparking more conversation, so everybody is talking about it, but I in no way do I think they're being completely objective to both sides, the police's side as well as the citizen side. Think it's very I think it's a whole bunch of political stuff going on, honestly. I mean, that's all the news stations are, so
Right. I feel like the media are only posting stories which they think they're going to get attention from. And the most outraged story of the week is the one they run with for about 2 weeks and then it's gone all over the news. I mean, and if we can imagine, if these killings didn't have body camera footage or any camera footage, we would have never known what happened, and the media would have never covered it full national news. I think that almost every media site is either one side or the other, and it's very hard to find one that can just give you unopinionated facts about a lot of things. And I think the media is just doing a poor job. Like like Kenzie said, like they've just done a poor job in general. I wouldn't expect them to do anything more than
Yeah.
they do already.
It definitely feels so one-sided because more times than not, especially if you turn on a news station or if you look on a lot of the articles, more or not the videos will show the protesters, or it'll show them looting and burning things, and it'll show them a lot more doing that than actually like walking and protesting and showing peaceful protest. It'll show them a lot of times, you might have a lot of pictures of them, but a lot of times when the news like puts on the 6 o'clock news or the 5 o'clock news, you'll see a lot of them like the protesting and the looting and them running around burning things, because they want people to be like, well, looting is not right. They want to show y'all that. Like they want to show people all of that. And then at the same time, but it's just like, well, these all start off as peaceful protests. And then of course, like you don't even get the citizen side. Like I said, you'll talk about the officer, you'll talk about what the officer did, you'll talk about what this person did. It was like, and then you might get one personal interview from a protester or something. But at the same time, you can't just let one side say it and not the other side speak. There were so many protesters out there you could have gotten interviews from, you could have said something from, you could have had so many people say something, but you just want to show, oh, these protesters are rioting and looting and burning and they're doing this, they're destroying the country you love so much. And that's why a lot of people are so focused on the looting and the outrage rather than the actual problem, because the news and the media is showing, well, this is this and this is what's going on, this is what y'all see, but a lot of this is uncovered, which is the peaceful protest. Oh, we want to do, or it's like they're sitting there, they're protesting, they're saying the chants, and they only show you small clips of it because they want you to see the looting and they want you to get outraged that these people are burning your city or something like that. And it's so very one-sided and so biased because they want they want the people at home to be outraged and they want them to like stop it. And it's not what it's showing.
They're by showing all the protests, it's sensational, but they're also just catering to ignorant white society, because that's really, they don't, I guess, for me, I understand why people are rioting and looting. I mean, even since the 60s and before in the civil rights movement, peaceful protesting and all this stuff, I mean, this has been going on for a super long time. And at what point in time does even peaceful protesting stop working? And eventually you have to kind of get the attention of people. And if grinding cities to a halt is what it takes to grab the attention of people, to get those in charge to pay more attention, then I'm for it, honestly. But with them, it's definitely one-sided. They just show what's sensational on both sides. But that doesn't really get, they don't get the protesters on the ground's point of view. They don't explain, like, why rioting and looting has happened. Why are people so pissed off? They don't explain that, which I think is important because, like I said, this has been going on for like ever since slavery. I mean, Black people and people of color have been fighting for their rights and to be seen as human beings for like the longest time. And it's understandable that people eventually get upset about this. I mean, the fact that even today, in what we consider ourselves to be a modern society, we're incapable of seeing another human being as a human being just because of the color of their skin. And I mean, it's all back like we're in the 1800s or something. And it's just, it blows my mind that this is the point where we're at, like, today in a modern world.